channel. So today I thought I would film a long-awaited pregnancy update video for you guys. The last time I filmed one of these I was 30 weeks and I am now I'll be 35 weeks tomorrow, which is when this video will go live anyway. So for all intents and purposes, I am 35 weeks pregnant today. If you guys see me glancing down a lot, as a lot of you know, I write things down for my videos so that I don't forget to mention anything that's been going on in the past 5 weeks. Bear with me on that. I'm sorry if that annoys you guys. Let's just jump right into the video. So as usual, I'm gonna go over the stats for baby this week. I won't be going over stats for the past 5 weeks, just this one. I don't think the past 5 weeks are important because I'm here now and, you know, that's what matters. So basically she is the size of a pineapple this week, which is just like crazy to me. I don't know how something that big is inside of my body, but she is also 18 inches long roughly and roughly 5 pounds. Of course, that is all estimate. I like to say that in these videos because I think a lot of the time those ultrasounds where they give you like a weight estimate, height estimate, kind of freak new moms out, and I just want to let you guys know that it really is just a guess. For example, they told me that my firstborn was going to be a 10-pounder and wanted to induce me early. I ended up opting out of that option and waiting it out. Ended up being induced at almost 42 weeks, and she only came out at 7 pounds. So some things I found out at past appointments. I think I found out this at my 32 week appointment, 33 week maybe. I'm gonna go with 33 week appointment. I found out that I am just about 1 centimeter dilated. She said a little bit under that, but just to round up, about 1 centimeter dilated and 30% effaced, which is not great for how early I am, but women can sit at 1 centimeter dilated for months. So I'm not really all that worried about it. Another thing I found out at my last appointment is that I am experiencing something called, I'm gonna botch this just so we're all aware, but I'll insert it somewhere here. I believe it's pronounced prodromitable labor. But it's basically like early labor contractions that don't really do all that much, essentially is how my midwife explained things to me. A little bit more than Braxton Hicks, but less than early labor or active labor. So nothing to be alarmed about. They're just a little bit painful. So that's fun. So another thing that is kind of scary, a little bit-ish, I guess, my midwife didn't seem all that concerned, so I'm not trying to freak out about it. But I haven't gained any weight, which I had told you guys about in my 30-week pregnancy update, but I still haven't. I actually think now I have gained 1 pound according to my scale, but their scale at the doctor's office is always different than mine, so I normally like to trust the one at the doctor's office. I really haven't gained any weight my 3rd trimester, which is really when you're supposed to start like packing on the pounds. My midwife isn't overly concerned because my stomach is growing. The most important part is that the baby's gaining weight. So we are going to be doing a growth scan here soon. I haven't set that appointment yet, but I'm going to. My midwife is currently out of town on vacation, so I haven't had the opportunity to set that appointment with her yet. You know, there is some concern there because she's supposed to be gaining at least 1/2 pound a week by now. So we will see on that one. I will have to update you guys when I find out more about that situation. But for right now, my midwife is just going to look at her closely and keep measuring me and my belly and make sure that everything is growing the way that it should be. So I'm not freaking out about it yet. This next appointment I have when I'm 36 weeks, so it'll be next week. After this, I start seeing my midwife every single week up until I deliver. So I'll have a little bit more to tell you guys, hopefully. The reason I haven't been doing like these videos every week or even every other week is because my pregnancy has stayed pretty much consistent, and my symptoms and my cravings and things like that have stayed pretty much the same. So I didn't really feel the need to keep repeating myself, I guess. I thought it would be kind of repetitive and pointless. But now that I'm having more doctor's appointments or more midwife appointments, I might have more information for you guys. So I might be making these a little bit more often at this point. So symptoms for this week, and I'm going to talk about one in particular, I'm gonna talk about all of them, I'll list all of them, but this one is the one that I really want to stress on because it's the one that's really been affecting me the most. So that is going to be insomnia. I never experienced something so drastic with Thea. I know that towards the very end, my last few weeks, I was very uncomfortable, so that was preventing me from getting good sleep, but I was still sleeping at this point with her, and up until my delivery day, I was still sleeping. It was getting harder to, but I still was. This time around, I feel like my mind is at war with my body, and I know that that sounds absolutely ridiculous, right? But I'm so tired all the time, and I'll go to lay down and I'll fall asleep even sometimes, and my body will wake me up, and it's like completely involuntary and I have no control over it. It's something that I do plan on talking to my midwife about at my next appointment, because I really haven't gotten more than a couple hours sleep every night for the past week and a half. It's really starting to take a toll on me mentally, but it's just been absolutely miserable to say the least. You guys sometimes click on these pregnancy update videos and you want it to be like all sunshine and rainbows, but that's not realistic. That's not pregnancy. It's certainly not my pregnancy. Even women who love being pregnant still have crappy symptoms, and that's just normal. It's been really hard. This kind of goes along with the not sleeping. It's not the reason for me not sleeping, but it's definitely a contributing factor, I think. Restless legs. I know that this one is normal, but it's awful. It is hands down, next to insomnia, the worst pregnancy symptom, in my personal opinion, that I have ever experienced. I had it a little bit with Thea, but nothing like this. Like, I'll be sitting in the car for 2 minutes, and I want to crawl out of my own skin because I have the worst restless legs in the entire universe. But it's awful. It's an awful pregnancy symptom. I wish it didn't exist more than you guys will ever know because it's miserable. Another one that I've been experiencing is blurry vision, which I will be talking to my midwife about. I'm not entirely sure how normal that is, but yeah, that one is not all that great either. I'm exhausted, to say the least. The next one actually is a fun one, kind of. I mean, for some women, they hate it. I guess I love this. This is the only part of my third trimester that I seriously enjoy, and that is nesting. It hasn't hit its like full prime peak yet, but it definitely has started. I've been making lists of things I need to get done, stock up on, still buy for the nursery, etc. Just a FYI to you guys too, these are all symptoms that I have jotted down over the last few weeks. They are not just from my 34th to 35th week. These are symptoms that I've been having for the most part for the entire time I haven't updated you guys. So you're not missing anything, I promise. Same thing with cravings. These are all cravings that have been pretty consistent over the past few weeks. So to start that off, this week in particular, this has been pretty bad. Ice. I cannot start or end my day without having a cup of ice, I feel like, recently. And I think that plays a really big role into the still craving things that aren't food. The ice really helps subside that, so I've been eating that a lot more than I've been taking an interest in the chalky candies like I was before. Obviously, with that being said, I'm still craving things that aren't food. I go a lot into that with my 30-week pregnancy update, but just a brief catch you up. I am craving things like chalk, powdery, like makeups, baby powder, setting powder, things like that, drywall, anything that really just has that chalky texture and consistency. A couple weeks I've really had a hankering for Oreos and milk, so I've been indulging in that a little bit. I'm not watching so much what I'm eating anymore because I do need to be gaining weight. Of course, because I tell myself I'm gonna indulge, I don't really crave all that much. I definitely haven't had many cravings the past couple weeks. A few things here or there that sound good, but nothing that's like, I have to have it, you know what I mean? Something that was really random that I craved a couple nights ago that I haven't eaten in years is Jack in the Box. Me and my husband have not gone to Jack in the Box in a very long time, but we were passing one on the way home from somewhere the other night, and I go, you know, do you think we could stop there and get dinner there? And he's like, sure, but that's weird. So I didn't really get anything all that crazy, just some tacos and a few things like that. But it was just very like nostalgic because we haven't eaten there in so long. And it was just so random that I just like got the sudden urge like to eat Jack in the Box. That's pretty much it for cravings. Everything else that I've been craving has been pretty much the same as it was before. Just sweets and brownies and candy. When I do get a craving, which isn't very often, I maybe get a hankering for something really, really bad like once a week. But if I do, it is going to be probably something sweet. The next thing I want to touch on is what I've done this week and past weeks for preparation for baby. And to be so honest with you, up until around 34 weeks, so around last week, I haven't done anything to prep for baby. I mean, minor things like putting clothes away, but that's more so because my toddler and this baby will be sharing a room, so I have to keep up with my toddler's laundry. So it's not even really like nesting or baby prep. It's just normal housework. But like I told you guys, finally I am experiencing nesting in small bursts now. So what I have done this week, washed all of her clothes, finally all of them, except for everything 6 months and up, because those are put away in storage. Won't be for long, but I'll talk about that in a second. So I have washed all of her clothes that are currently hanging up or in drawers in her room. I have washed all of her burp cloths, her bibs, her swaddle blankets, receiving blankets, pretty much anything that is going to be touching her skin. I have washed in a baby safe detergent. I have also boiled all of her bottles and the nipples that come with them. So all of her bottles are now sterile and put away. I have boiled all of her pacifiers, which there was a lot of. I went kind of crazy with the pacifiers, as I probably talked about in my baby haul video. So those are all boiled and sanitary and clean and put away for her whenever she's ready to use them. Next thing I have done to prep for baby this week is ordering a few things on Amazon. So my registry is almost completely empty. We basically, since we didn't have a baby shower, we basically used our registry as like a checklist for us. I only have like 4 or 5 things left, and they aren't even really like necessities. They're just more things that I would like to have to make my life easier. So I've bought a few things on Amazon. One of them being this closet, a double closet rod, which is what they're called on Amazon. But to explain it to you, it's basically, it hooks, so this is the closet rod, right? And then it hooks on both sides and hangs down low and creates a second rod for your clothes. I'll insert a picture here. As some of you may know, I have all of Elle's clothes from 6 months and up in a trunk, like chest type thing in my living room, just as storage for when she's going to be wearing them. But now I plan on hanging them up so I can like use that trunk for something else more useful. So that is a really cool kind of thing I found. I thought I was done with the closet, and then of course I found that. So I was gonna film a closet tour this week, but the hanger, or with that closet rod, won't be here until next week. So I will have to film that closet tour probably closer to 37 weeks. I'm really sorry. I know I've been telling you guys that I was gonna film that for a while now, but I just want everything to be so perfect before I film it and be done. So yeah. The next thing that I can check off my list this week is my maternity pictures are done. I have only gotten a few sneak peeks back, and I will insert some of them right here. They will be on my social media accounts, which you can find in the description box if you guys would like to check those out. I'm really, really excited about those. I think they're gonna come out so beautiful. They incorporate Thea and Jake, and the sneak peeks, I'm just in love with them. So I'm so excited to see the rest. This pregnancy has been really, really hard on me lately, trying to deal with a lot of personal things as well. It's hard because I'm not sleeping right, I'm not eating right, and you know, I'm stressing about the baby not gaining weight, and there's all of these factors that go into it, and it's really just been a rough time for me. My back pain has been so excruciatingly horrible. I never experienced anything like this with Thea. When I say that when I walk, it feels like my back is breaking, that is not an exaggeration. Sometimes I have to have my husband walk me to the bathroom because of how horrible I feel and how much I hurt in my lower back. So I am so thankful for this pregnancy. I am so in love with this baby already. I don't want you guys to think that I am not appreciative of this gift, because I know that a lot of women can't do this and it's not their fault, and it's just the way their bodies are, and that makes me so grateful to be able to do this. But that doesn't mean that it's not hard, and I just think that there's this pressure for pregnant women to be like, you know, so happy and glowy and, you know, grateful all the time, and I don't think that we should have to be, because this shit is hard. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your guys' love and support more than you know. Make sure you are subscribed and you hit that notification bell so you don't miss my weekly uploads. They're a little all over the place, but I'm trying to get in the routine of things. I'm still new to this, and I will talk to you guys next time.